now for a review of what's making the headlines in the papers this morning. Dr. Constance, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How are you? Are you excited to be in the new year?
Yes, I hope you are as well.
I am. Looking forward to this year. Let's see what the year brings.
Yeah.
All right there. Hello there and welcome to the program. Let's look at those stories that are shaping the agenda for you today. Kicking off with this day newspaper. Common themes across front pages today include the start of new tax legislation, labor and wage pressures as the Nigerian Labour Congress calls for income relief, economic and security concerns weaved in to the president's New Year message, and a bit of other stories such as Anthony Joshua's recovery from that serious road accident. So this day leads with President Bola Tinubu's New Year message, a symbolic address meant to inspire hope, outline priorities, and reassure citizens that better days lie ahead. The president claims that 2026 will see more robust economic growth. Hers Holdings acquires Moral and Prom's 20.7% stake in Seplat Energy in a $500 million deal. Vanguard newspaper also turns attention to more people kicking against the new tax laws that begin today, including the ADC, Labour Party, and the National Association of Nigerian Students. Mr. Peter Obi's defection to the African Democratic Congress has made it to the front page. He is quoted as saying the journey to rescue Nigeria has begun. Daily Independent has gone with the court rejecting a suit filed to stop the implementation of the new tax laws. The public is reminded that ownership shakeup looms as recapitalization deadline draws close this year. The Federal Civil Service has gone paperless after years of planning to do so, and the federal government has issued 4 trillion naira bond to offset power sector debt. And Labour will push for new minimum wage this year, says Joe Ajero, the Labour leader. New Telegraph opens with a Happy New Year message to all its readers and writes about Nigerians waiting with bated breath for the new tax regime. In the Punch, Minister Nyesom Wike says he will reveal the details of the peace agreement brokered by the president and 600 billion naira war chest by Governor Fubara will not save him in 2027, says Wike. The Guardian highlights investors' bullish run on the Nigerian stock market in 2025, earning 37 trillion naira. Leadership has gone with the presidency and others reacting to Peter Obi's decision to join the African Democratic Congress. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga says Obi still feels bitter after losing the 2023 election. Labour Party says it regrets giving Obi its platform in that election. Daily Sun, like other papers, lead with the president's New Year message, but highlighting the part of the message that speaks about crushing terrorists and slashing inflation. Moving on to the international headlines, let's kick off with the Guardian newspaper. Across the UK press today, the major themes include Keir Starmer's New Year message and political agenda for 2026, domestic policy debates, cold weather and travel health alerts, among others. In The Guardian, Prime Minister Keir Starmer launched a year of proof. He calls it a strategy. He aims to unite Labour MPs to deliver policies that cut living costs and address public services ahead of May elections. Daily Mirror also focuses on Starmer, who vows that 2026 will bring tangible improvements for people after a tough year. He emphasized cuts to energy bills, workers' rights, and public services. The Times newspaper's main splash is ministers planning cost-cutting reforms for special educational needs and disability support. This potentially narrows access to legal protections. Moving on to Daily Express front page, which has highlighted the ongoing discussions about assisted dying legislation, with the public urged to write to peers ahead of the debate of the House of Lords. Daily Star has news of police hunt in Nigeria for the truck driver involved in a collision with the SUV of boxing star Anthony Joshua. Daily Telegraph features Shadow Home Office Minister Shabana Mahmood, who has pledged that the government will contest European court challenges over the decision to strip Shamima Begum of her citizenship. Daily Mail says ministers are considering expanding a digital ID system to be issued at birth. This will create a lifelong digital profile tied to services and employment checks. And finally, iNewspaper headline reports of nationwide cold weather alerts as sub-zero temperatures and snow warnings are issued across the UK. Those were your headlines today. Unfortunately, we won't have time to discuss them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Constance. Now, artificial intelligence was one of the major highlights of the year 2025. Now, in part one of this recap of the year in AI, Arise business correspondent Rotas Odiri looked at the explosion of text-to-video prompts, a $500 billion project led by US President Donald Trump, and a tragic loss of teenage life.